Hey Alliance members, this is Newell Augur with our first This Week in Augusta's report. I'm actually coming to you from Yarmouth because nothing has happened in Augusta today or yesterday, given the snow, but they will get right back to it next week. They came into session on Wednesday to start things up again, and there already is a whole bunch of public hearings and work sessions slated for next week and the week after. This is the short session, and they really don't waste any time getting to some of the work that they need to do, and that is what they're doing starting next week. An interesting piece of information from our perspective, the governor signaled this week that he would not be submitting a supplemental budget, and he's done that before, and so it really wasn't a surprise. The probably strategic on his part, because I don't think he wants to give anybody any room to try to allow for the Medicaid expansion to take place. He's still very much opposed to that and has said if they want to have it or fund it, then the legislature is going to have to do it. And the folks who are going to be doing it are the Appropriations Committee, and they are going to start obviously taking a look at that as something that they will be looking at for this session. All the more reason for us to continue to redouble our efforts in meeting with those 13 people on the Appropriations Committee, which we will be doing, and also with leadership, which we have been doing. We had a meeting before the session started with the Senate Republican leadership. We've got one on the docket with Speaker Gideon and some of her staff. We're obviously going to continue to reach out to Senator Jackson, who had a bill to accomplish the increase last year, and also with Representative Espling, the minority leader in the House, who is obviously a sponsor of the bill that started this discussion last year in the first place. So we won't be obviously asking for any of you to begin making calls to members of the Appropriations Committee a little early yet. They're going to have to get those folks are going to have to get their feet under them, but that day will come sooner than later. An interesting tidbit of Augusta stuff, if you're curious, the marijuana legalization bill, which was passed and then vetoed by the governor last year, lost by about 17 votes on the override. That exact same bill is coming back for another public hearing next week. Hearing through sources that it may move a little bit easier through the House this time. May not be as much House Republican opposition, provided that there are a couple changes that are made to the tax structure and to the inclusion of a local option sales tax. I think the House Republicans and a fair number of Senate Republicans are pretty adamantly opposed to towns being incentivized to place marijuana retail facilities in their community. So that will be coming down the pike. As usual, any questions, do not hesitate to send me an email, naugur@eatonpeabody.com, or shoot me a text or a call on 446-3430, and we'll talk to you next week. Stay warm this weekend and take care.